Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm attempting to build a horizontal hive. I'm following plans that are offered for free from the website horizontalhive.com, and they're being offered by Dr. Leo Sharashkin, and he has some videos on YouTube, and I think he's in Missouri. I'm not certain, but initially I was thinking of building a layens hive out of this thick lumber here. I don't know if it's 2x10s or what, I forget what they call it. It actually measures about 9 inches wide and 1.5 inches thick. And the reasoning is it just offers a little bit more R value as opposed to the traditional Langstroth hives. But those are going to be pretty heavy. But once you get them in place, you don't have to move them. That's one of the things that I like about the concept of horizontal hive. But they have, he has plans for an insulated layens hive. And I have a sheet, probably have to purchase some more of this rigid foam, which is 2 inches thick. And I don't see what the R value is stamped on here, but you can imagine that the R value is going to be considerably more than the traditional hives that we stack on top of one another. And essentially it's a box within a box, and I'm having to adjust the measurements to accommodate using this 2-inch rigid foam. The plans that he has, he uses some sheep's wool to stuff in the cavity, but I'm maintaining the inside dimensions of the box. Just the outside dimensions I have to adjust to accommodate this. So let me show you closer up, or give you a close-up of how this is starting to assemble. So you start off with framing the base, and you rip some 2x4s. You can see the dimensions on the website, but this is 1.5 by 1 inch. I think I went for wider boards on these. But you make these lap joints, and I just had to make an adjustment because my thinking was a little off on how this is going to assemble. I'll show you that in a minute, but these just fit. And I didn't have a dado, so I had to do these cuts with a saw blade on the table saw, and a little bit of a tight fit on some of these, but this goes together, and you have the base plywood that this sits on top of. And what I had to adjust is my thinking was that I was using 2 layers of plywood. There's one side that's on the inside that starts to form the inside box, and then I'm going to have this rigid foam. And I had this that was sitting on the base, and you don't want that. I want the water to shed off, so I had to adjust the dimensions of this bottom board. So this foam is going to be sandwiched in between. So this is the exterior bottom, and this is the interior. Now I didn't realize I will have to buy some foam. I have foam that's 1.5 inches thick. I will cut a piece of 1.5 inch thick foam to be sandwiched between the outside bottom and the inside bottom board. This is too thick, but this is the inside bottom board, and it just goes on like so. So you can see there'll be a cavity in between for the foam. And then you start assembling sides. So there are these notches, and you can see that this is some used 1/2-inch plywood that I've had, so saving some money on, well, I already had purchased this and I was just using it for when I was doing projects and painting and stuff to lay on top of some sawhorses. But these, you start assembling the interior. So this fits in between the inside dimensions of these boards on the bottom for the framing. So that goes like that, and then you essentially, these have notches too, and they fit in. You essentially build a box with the interior dimensions, and I have the other side here. And the outside boards overlap, so it gives you a glue joint and then also some staples or some nails. So here's a closer look. Just take this board. It fits in here. So it doesn't have to be exact. You're not building an heirloom piece of furniture here. Just is the one of the outside boards here. Like that. So I glued and I nailed the bottom interior to the frame. So this is what it looks like. And of course, I'll be laying a piece of rigid foam in here. So this is the lip on top of the hive here, and there's still a board that goes here. I'm going to have to, 2x4 is not going to be thick enough, so I'll have to rip a 2x4 to get the right thickness here, which is about, it's a little off. It's 2 and like I'm trying to make it as close as possible. It's about 2 1/16. I think I'll use a 3-inch screw, exterior screw in this. That should hold with the glue. Okay, so this is where I'm at right now. I've got this top lip all around glued, and I just got through cutting this 2x4, and I had to rip another 2x4 to get this thickness. This goes in the front, and the plywood, the 1/2-inch plywood goes on top of that, and then you drill your holes through here for access into the hive. And I'm going to get those little, round wheels that you can use for the beehive to have an entrance or a reducer or just for ventilation. I'm going to put the board on the exterior on the bottom, and before I do that, the foam that I have over there is 2 inches, or is 1.5 inches, and it's too thick. Yeah, it's what was I thinking? It's 2 inches, and you know, if I had thought ahead of time, there's no reason these boards, since you know, I'm making my own changes, there's a little bit of customization on this. The boards that I ripped for the base could have been 2 inches. That way I wouldn't have had to try to Mickey Mouse this, or not Mickey Mouse it, I had to get more material. This does come, I think, in 1.5 inches, but it's pretty expensive. Sheet of this, I don't need a sheet of it. Yeah, I could have just cut these boards so they were 2 inches and would have been able to use this. But I've got a lot of little pieces, remnants that I'm cutting up. But I had to go out. The inexpensive option was that the styrofoam here. So I'm cutting this to fit, so I can put the bottom on and then I can start putting the sides on. So it's a pretty good tight fit there. So 2 of these pieces, it's going to be just right for insulating the bottom. So I'm just using 1 1/4 inch exterior screws, pre-drilled some holes. Oh, and the scraps that I have left over from cutting the bottom insulation fits right into this pocket here. Just need to trim that. It'll be all set. So this is what I'm talking about for the side. Here's the side panel. And I've got these extra blocks here. They don't even have to be the full length because it'll be securing on the bottom and on the top. But it's the corners here. You don't want to screw into 1/2 inch plywood. So I'm just putting these blocks, these scrap blocks, right in the center. And that will give me a place to secure the front to the side panels, the front and the back. I'm glad I kept all these scrap pieces of foam insulation. You can see what the end there looks like. And here's the side. Put the blocks on, screw them in, and that goes on like that. And now I have something a little bit more solid for the front and the back panels. Well, I did this side a little bit different. I've got the foam in there. I had to center it, and then I had the 2 blocks of wood that I just dry fit in the corners here, lined them up. They were snug enough so they stayed in place. I cut the side panel here to fit and used the grips here, quick grips, to secure it, and then screwed them in place. I glued them on, and now I've cut the foam to fit. And this is just really snug fit. Great, that's good. So now I can put the longest sides on, the front and the back. Alright, so this is what the front looks like with all the insulation in. You can see there I used a lot of my scrap, so nothing's being wasted. I've got both ends on, and I'll just have to do the back. I've got the front all cut. And I can start. I had to make sure that I measured the center of this 2x4 here. It's 3 3/4 inches, so when I go to drill
the entrance holes in the front. I don't know if I'm going to put 3 or just 2 on. I ordered those adjustable entrance discs, and I don't know, I kind of like the slots that I've seen on some. I can just plunge a router bit and cut a slot. Maybe make a wooden door, I don't know. I've already ordered the discs. But yeah, that's coming along. This is the interior. And I just have to do the back here with some foam insulation and then cut the panel. And essentially I have my box. I can start working on the top lid.